Bobby Lee and Tom Segura is like the perfect combo. I am a fan of the Bad Friends podcast. I'm becoming a fan actually by reacting to this stuff with you guys. And Tom Segura is actually somebody that's a fan of the channel as well. So we are here. Let me know how you guys like these two. I would love to hear you guys' stories in the comments. We're going to get into this reaction, the best of both of them, and make myself a little smaller. Guys, we are so close to being monetized on this channel. I have to mention that. So make sure you guys definitely sub up, hit the top bell so I can get monetized and make $1 million on YouTube. Other than that, without further ado,
what's the deal with airplane peanuts?
I mean, listen to me, man. You think that, like, being the way I look, I was killing it in the 90s?
What does that
I
mean?
wasn't. Because, imagine this. Look at this body.
Yeah.
You didn't have this body.
Right.
Okay? You didn't have, you know.
Why do you gotta make it like that?
I didn't do anything.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but don't do it.
I know. But you don't have what, you know what I mean, what I have.
I think that you're wrong because
I don't care what you
you're
think.
not going to
It's
believe
not what
this.
I thought.
I know, but you're not going to believe this. But I sincerely, from the get-go, found you attractive.
All right. I mean,
I also grew up around a lot of Koreans.
Funny.
You did?
Yeah.
She's like, in high school, I would have dated, dude. No, you wouldn't.
I dated fucking.
You would have
ugly-
never even seen me.
She said
I'm
I
out in
dated
the
ugly.
woods. I'm
She
in the
said I
woods during
dated-
lunch, snorting crystal meth.
You dated ugly?
Oh yeah, I fucked a ton of ugly guys because I wasn't that cute either. When I first came from the Philippines, I had a fucking
then I
bowl
wouldn't
cut
want
and
you,
braces.
bitch, back then. You know what I
and
mean? I
poor
mean-
tooth to gum ratio. I was a mess. Who else could I couldn't
The
have
best
fucked hot
part
boys.
of that statement is like, of course I would have dated you. I dated other ugly guys. Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean, I'm not trying to like perv out on you, but when you're dating a guy who's gay, right, closeted gay, is it can he get aroused by being with a woman?
Yeah.
just
So
normally?
what I found a little sus was that it always had to be face down.
Okay.
And it always, he did this thing where
And he
it
would
was like,
he would be like, in other words, put you in that, like you.
yes,
yeah.
he would. It was always his preferred. And on top of that, like it was never like even flat prison style. Like he would, if I was flat on my
flat prison style?
face, like my body was flat, he would straddle me like a horse.
Oh.
Like he would like fuck like this, like as if I was just. It was weird.
And
But
that was the routine.
that was just a routine.
Hey, yo, welcome to Rich House Comedy, man. We keep it real, raw, raunchy over here. I want to know y'all views on that. I have to look at the person. I refuse to just be straddling you and jumping on your back, talking about, yeah! I ain't trying to do that, but, you know, if you got to this part of the video, right, yeehaw! So I know you participate.
Wow.
He would do it face to face eventually, right? Sometimes.
Only for like what he had to do.
Imagine
with
his
like,
face when he did face to face. He'd be like,
I found it.
face down's fine, but face to
I don't
face.
want to look at your busted ass face.
I found it interesting that, you know, at 22, I was really a buff athlete. I have androgynous features. I do have kind of like a boyish kind of physique. So I think he was really into that.
I'm definitely confused at this part, but yeah, okay.
She has a swimmer's body.
Yeah, I had a swimmer's body, big back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
At 22 especially, I was just, you know,
Jacked.
jacked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were
Not saying that when I'm making love to her, I'm not like going, oh, it's Michael Phelps.
Oh, I just found out this was his wife just now. I hope Bobby Lee is not the one straddling.
Hey,
By the way, I'm not doing that.
all right, let's be clear.
FYI.
Let's be clear.
Let's be clear.
You kind
He's
of
a
are.
woman.
You kind of are. You're kind of like, this is the back of a warrior.
You'll see comics, if you walk into a green room,
Yeah.
there are some comics, and they can't help themselves. They'll go, dun, 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 gong, when I walk in.
They do that too when you walk in?
Yeah, when I walk in. And then I've been conditioned to laugh at it.
But it hurts.
It burns.
Really?
Yeah, it burns. But you have to go, that's a good one. You know what I mean? When you've seen it 30 million times in your life,
Of
right?
course.
Yeah.
I just can't.
He's going to get beard implants.
I'm going to get beard implants.
Yo, where are you guys from? Do not sit your bougie ass on my on this content and not say nothing. Let me know where y'all from as well. I love to connect with my people.
I just can't.
He's gonna get beard implants.
I'm gonna get beard implants.
Really?
What? Wait, stop. Why
Are
would
you
you?
serious?
I'm serious. Why would you laugh like that?
Tell me what you're. So I understand. What are you planning on doing?
Getting beard implants.
Which is like a hair transplant.
Your hair don't grow here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I looked it up. How much it is? Where to go?
Is it a lot?
6,500.
That's not bad at all.
And will
bad
it
at
be like everywhere?
Now, can I just say this?
Yeah.
Just don't tell people that I'm getting it done. I know I'm saying it on this podcast. I understand that, but comics don't listen to this.
So wait, does Ching Chong really not mean anything?
I think Ching Chong means
Yo, that is a question that I actually would want to ask people. Like, my sense of humor is a little different. I feel like ask it. Like, instead of sitting around being all inquisitive, you might as well just ask what you want to ask. And I always wanted to ask an Asian person that question. If you are Asian in the comments, let me know what the fuck does that mean to you? Because I've always wanted to know that. That's it. Not a racist thing. It's just the honest thing.
But comics don't listen to this.
So wait, does Ching Chong really not mean anything?
I think Ching Chong means hello, maybe.
Can we just address something about it though?
Go ahead.
It's a fun thing to say.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it has negative, racial connotation because it really feels.
It flows off the tongue.
It flows
Like,
off the tongue.
tell me you guys have seen, there is a very offensive meme, okay? It's a mentally handicapped Asian guy, and he's a maestro of an orchestra.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it says, and a 1, and a 3, and a ching chong potato.
Yeah.
And it's easily the funniest meme I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
Is it offensive? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just very funny. Very funny.
I love offensive comedy. I love it. If you love it, right? Me too. I love it.
But also, it would be nice if it was acceptable to use for what I mean? Like, let's say you were like, hey, my mom made this dish. And I was like, what is it? And then you could be like, it's just some ching chong shit, And
So are you religious?
No, but I was raised by two pretty devout Catholics.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, all right. Now we can have this
about it.
discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, I have a South American mother, so that's kind of like to the 10th power Catholic, Like, we get in the car if it's a drive that's longer than 10.
How were you guys raised? I'm Haitian, Puerto Rican, and black. Christian. We raised as Christian when I was younger.
Minutes, we're praying the rosary in the car,
Right.
Oh,
Every time you
wow.
pass a church, you do a sign of a cross.
Cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's.
God.
Go ahead. What was the big fight about earlier?
If you say a single disparaging fucking word. Go ahead.
No, it's just because I'm not a Catholic, because
Yeah.
I wasn't raised Christians, right? I had just certain ideas about, religions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
I agree.
for me, I always thought that there was a complete and utter gap or difference between, modern day born again Christianity and Catholicism.
There is.
There
Right.
is, but that wasn't what you said earlier. He said that Catholicism wasn't a branch of Christianity, and I was like, no, it absolutely is.
It's the foundation of Christianity.
Everybody started
Everybody
to split with
splits off.
Protestantism,
I understand
with Martin
that.
Luther.
Of course, I understand that. I understand the fact that they.
But he was
believe it.
screaming about it.
I
He was
wasn't
like,
screaming about it, and I just please don't rewrite history.
Like the Catholics do.
All right, like the Catholics do. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm just saying is because I always found that born again Christians, right? Just because I've met them, obviously, can we admit that?
Just born again.
I've lived with them before.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Whereas, one time I was living with this redheaded guy, which gave me a weird. But anyway, I don't know if I told you this, but I left a Hustler magazine just out in the living room.
Wow.
And he is a born again Christian, and I came home one day, and he was crying. He was crying, and he had the Hustler in his hand, and he was crying, and he goes, "How dare you?" And I go, "What, bro? You can look at it, right?" And he goes, "No, I masturbated to this, and I sinned, and if I would have done it if this was not in the living room." Yeah, this is the same fucker that used to fucking take my Sunny Delight, and he bought Sunny Delight, and he would put a measuring line so that I wouldn't drink it.
Santino?
No, it was Santino. It was
Sounds
sounds like a Santino.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is I would fill it with water every time I drink it. light, right? So eventually it was just water, right? You know, so
You were giving him half the sugar.
right. So he you know what I mean, like moved out because I left the Hustler magazine out.
That prompted him to move out.
Yeah, right. So he was a born again, like devout. Like he did, you know, what I mean, the Harvest.
Was he?
Crusades
Did he overdose? Was he like an addict, or usually these people get into that? They're like, I got arrested.
I don't know.
You no.
No, but then I lived with a Catholic guy, right? And we would watch porn together. You know what I mean? Like side by side laptops. You know what I mean? We just jerk off together. I mean, he didn't care. Telling Andrew earlier, because
Oh, Bobby, come on, bro.
we waited 3 hours for you to arrive. And we would have waited forever because
I am sorry. I already apologized. I'm sorry.
You are the Sir Thomas, okay? And we know.
I'll tell you this.
What?
This is actually just more wholesome than the only other time that I completely forgot I was scheduled to do a podcast.
yeah.
So this is the second time. Today, I was at a big tennis match. You know, I was out in the sun. I got home, showered, I'm laying on the couch. Literally, Andrew's like, let me know when you get there. And I was like, fuck. Right? And I just panicked.
Yeah.
Got my kid dressed, and I was like, you guys got to watch him. And I just jumped in the car and drove. The last time was in I want to say this is 2012. Holy shit. But I remember it like it was yesterday. And I had agreed to do the Sklar Brothers podcast.
Which is one of the best.
They're great. They're great guys. And they're like, hey, will you, come on Friday and we'll see you at noon? And I go, yeah, okay. I'm jerking off, looking at my phone, watching porn, like stroking my and it just, you know, the iPhone thing drops. It's like Randy Sklar. And I'm like, and as soon as I see his name, I'm like, fuck. So he's like, are you close? And I was like, to coming? Yeah.
About sexual.
Sexual?
Oh, Rick Glass.
Oh, we're talking about sexual or podcasting?
Well, we can add sex. Sure. Okay.
No, what I want to know is who would you podcast with?
Well, that's what we did.
We already did that. So then who's going to replace?
These are companions. But yeah, now
replace me sexually as a lover.
Does it have to be? I'm running away from this community and industry as a whole.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't
Girl.
fuck with a comedian.
So make up a
ever
guy,
again.
what he has.
But if I had to choose a comedian, if I had to, a gun wouldn't necessarily even need to be in my head, but it would absolutely be Jamar Neighbors.
Okay.
Interesting.
I love him. I find him so attractive.
Wow.
Jamar Neighbors.
You and him are
That would be my guy.
different.
Yeah.
No, I see a lot of similarities.
Let's go through them.
Why? Because I'll be honest with you, Jamar Neighbors is a shock to me.
Is it?
It's just he's muscular.
So muscular.
Like he's way more muscular than I am.
And he doesn't have to try. It's just there.
Yeah, that's great
He's
to
just
know.
fucking jacked.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
He's also much younger.
And then who's your lover now?
No comedian.
Thank God.
But if it had gun to your head, I chose Jamar.
That's a fair point.
So hard, babe.
You have to.
Could you do this with your wife? Are you guys mature enough to actually do this with your wife? I don't know if I would be mature enough.
Oh God.
I'll choose one.
Probably
for
an
you.
open micer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would need an open mic.
And also someone who's kind of impressed, you know? Like you can be
Yeah.
Check
I
out
need
this
that,
shit.
right? Right?
like, wow.
I want her to come into this podcast and go, oh, wow.
Yeah.
These turn
And you'd be
on.
like, you could do this too one day. Keep at it. Come over.
You know
So-
me. You know me. I was on a flight, and some redneck comes up to me and he goes, he wanted. You could tell he wanted to talk to me. He didn't know how to bring it up, so he just goes, "Hey man." I go, "What's up?" He goes, "My daughter, she loves Hello Kitty."
That's all he said?
Yeah, just to bring up, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, conversation.
Yeah.
And see, as an ethnic person, I know where he's coming from.
That he's trying?
Right, he's trying. So for me, the trying in itself. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
Bob, to be fair, the guy that
I gotta respect that. Like when it comes to race and stuff, people that are like curious, be curious and say something. Like if that's what you want to ask, if you want to ask a question, I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm not everybody. I represent a community of people that are just not bothered by certain things. But I feel like I'd rather you ask than be inquisitive on the side and be judging.
created Hello Kitty, you look strikingly like. That's the problem.
That's a good
Yeah, but
point.
why
That's
would
a-
I be in the middle seat of a Southwest Airlines seat?
Well,
Because you're just trying to save some money.
Yeah, man.
dude.
Yeah,
Not everyone.
that
Oh,
guy-
I see. So his assumption is, man,
That
he's
guy's-
Group E.
that
This
guy's-
guy is Group E.
Hello Kitty
right?
guy's
Hello Kitty guy's Group E
super
on
humble.
Southwest, like the rest of us.
yeah.
Right? He's a common man.
You should have said, "How'd you know it was
Yeah.
me?"
Right.
How'd you know it was me?
Right, played along.
Yeah.
Right?
No, wait. When he did that, because you at that point can go, "What the fuck are you telling me that for?" Right? But how did you?
Well, I'm sure, I know like John Cho.
yeah.
John Cho would have been like, hey man, that's fucking crazy what you just said. Right? He would have said that.
Who's John Cho?
Right? Because I know how John Cho is, right?
My kid loves Hello Kitty.
Yeah. But I would have been like, you know what I mean? What I was like, hey man, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's good stuff too.
You did,
Yeah. I love it too, I said.
and he was like, "I'm just saying."
Yeah.
I know that. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, I can always watch Bad Friends moments. I could also watch Bobby Lee, Tom Segura. All of these people are just naturally funny, and I think they have the one thing that we need: entertainment. Entertainment to me is you being honest and you just giving us a piece of you that is just you. You don't have to sugarcoat it, water it down, bag it up, make it any extra, put flowers and candy on it. Nah, it's just simple what it is. And that's kind of what I respect. I respect real comedy. I love real comedy. I love real comics, dark comedy, people that not afraid to just be honest. So if that's the type of things you appreciate, make sure you sub up, hit the top bell. We are so close to 1,000 subs, guys. Smash that button, hit the top bell. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.